Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball.
This week, come out to the ballpark as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars at Staten Island University Hospital Community Park for a homestand on June 10th for a 5-game series as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars. Individual game tickets start at just $12.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And what was unique about last evening and last night was, once again, the mayor of Newark and now the governor of New Jersey continued to do their pantomime act, their back and forth act with whether or not they're going to put local police and state troopers at the site. Last night, local police and state troopers were not at the site, and that forced the ICE agents to have to defend themselves and to protect themselves. This is what it was like when ICE agents tried to leave in the evening to go home. This was the focus of the most violent part of the rally. This is not when they were trying to get into the Delaney Hall or the facility, but when some of the ICE agents who work at that facility in the evening, sometimes after 11 p.m., a couple of them tried to go home, and the protesters blocked them. This is what it sounded like.
You know what they call you behind your back? Rigged.
And I'm sorry for that, but you can see that's what was happening. They were standing in front of them, and they were trying to block them. This was also what was going on even before that, when there was still daylight. There were scuffles at as early as 5:30 in the afternoon yesterday. And we're still having some problems with the off-color language there, but it's really hard to cover these protests and these riots without catching that Nat sound there, so I apologize for that. But you can understand what's going on there after now several days of this. And, of course, ICE agents and the federal government complaining about the New Jersey state troopers and the police being pulled from that site. Now, Tom Homan, who is still the head of the Border Patrol and the Border Security and the Border Czar, as they call him, is reminding some of these protesters, and no matter what they do outside of Delaney Hall, these people who are detained inside are still going to be detained either there or somewhere else and will be deported. Here's how he is explaining it.
But again, I went through the facility. I stand by the facility. Again, it's not a Hilton. This is not a Grand Hilton. It's a detention center. And I've been in a lot of jails, and I've been in 2 state prisons. I wish they would go to their own state prison, look at that, then come to the Delaney Hall, get something to compare it to. Because I think they'll understand that detention is not a luxury. Detention, and they say they want to shut down the facility, they want us to release detainees. You know, when I looked at the files, you know, a lot of people in that facility are mandatory detention by federal statute. We couldn't release them if we wanted to, because there's certain people, whether they're expedited removals, whether a certain criminal, whether a final, by law, we have to detain them. And here's what they're not talking about. You want to shut down the facility? Then every illegal alien we arrest in that state will fly to Texas, will fly to Arizona, detain them there, because we're going to keep arresting people.
So that's Homan reminding people that they'll just be sent somewhere else. Again, this is a violent situation almost every night and every evening outside Delaney Hall, and ICE agents just trying to go home are being attacked now. One person, supposedly a photographer, he did have photography equipment with him, was hit on the side of his body by one of the ICE agents trying to get out when that photographer and the other rioters were blocking him from getting home. Does not appear to have been a serious injury, however, but if this continues, you can bet we might see a serious injury.